Whenever you're physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy, that will ripple out to everyone around you. Welcome to this episode of the Limitation Is A Mirage podcast. On this episode, I want to talk about ripple effects. Whenever you do something, it causes a ripple effect. Whenever you say something to somebody, it'll cause a ripple effect in their mind. They'll be thinking about it later, or it could in fact adjust their entire behaviour. So it's really important to be aware of the things that you say and the things that you do. And the reason that this has come up this week is because I've been talking to a lot of people who, some people have been doing my 5-day challenge, some other clients I've been working with have noticed that their family and the friends and the people around them have started to improve their life based on just seeing what the other person's doing. And I've talked about that a lot. Rather than trying to force people to be better, eat healthily, or to look after themselves, lead by example. If you start eating healthy, you start looking after yourself, you start to read more, you start to go out in nature more, you start to just be more positive. And not because you're forcing it or not because you're really trying to be a positive person. I think over the years, positivity and the mindfulness and all that has got sort of mixed up with force. If you force yourself to be mindful, if you force yourself to be positive, then you will be all of these things. What I'm talking about is changing your lifestyle for the better. So adding healthy food, adding a nature walk, adding meditation. All of these things seem so simple. Little things that you can do, you can implement them into your day right now. Like you could pause this now and just do a meditation. You could stick on earphones and go for a walk. Like there's so many ways you could implement simple little things into your life that will cause massive ripples in your life for improvement. And that's really what I want to get across today. When you start to focus on yourself, on your self-improvement, your self-development, on just being a better version of yourself, like I talk about it a lot, being superhuman. The more you focus on becoming superhuman, the more superhuman you will become. Meaning that you'll feel better, you'll feel healthier, you'll feel stronger. You're less easy, like stress just doesn't affect you as much. I didn't know how to word that for a second. But stress won't affect you as much as it does. To the point that when people around you will nearly get annoyed that you're not stressing when they're stressing. When people like to stress, they like other people to stress with them, so it seems normal and natural and everything's fine because everybody's stressing. When you're the calm voice in the stress, whenever you're the calm person to be around whenever everything else is going mental, sometimes people can get annoyed, but over time they'll start to like that. They'll start to come to you because you're more relaxed, more level-headed, and you can deal with things much better. So if you start to focus on yourself, and you start to try to do things that improve your life, whatever that may be, so like I said, meditation, eating healthily, going outside, they're 3 simple examples. If you start to do those sorts of things, you'll notice that starts to ripple out first of all to your life. You'll start to notice yourself feeling healthier, feeling stronger. About a week later, you'll get up in the morning and you'll go to the bathroom and you'll come back and then you'll think, fuck, I did that without any pain. I actually feel good today. And then you'll realise, actually the last few days I feel good. So it's not just you just had to wake up in pain or being sluggish or tired or fatigued. You start to look after yourself better so you don't wake up like that, you don't feel like that, and life's just much easier like that. Like it's something I always talk about. People say that exercise is hard. I hate going to the gym, it's really hard. And I'm like, being lazy is hard. Exercise is hard when you're doing it, and maybe after when you're a bit sore and you have to do a wee bit of stretching to loosen up. But it's not as hard as being sore 24/7, being tired 24/7, getting up because you can't really sleep because your body's just stressing from whatever's going on in your day. So choose your heart. Is it going to be exercise and feeling healthy and getting better, which will get easier over time? Or is it sluggish, tired, doing nothing, which will get worse over time? It's up to you to choose. But one of the amazing things that happens when you choose that is not only does it ripple out to your life, but it starts to ripple out around you as well. Your colleagues, your family, your friends, they all start to notice it and they start to take notice as well. They'll start to realise, that person's lost a bit of weight. How did they do that? They seem very happy today. They seem to be sleeping really well whenever I'm tossing and turning. There's so much that they will notice about you, about the change within you that's better, that they'll start to make changes themselves. They'll start to watch you and think, all right, she goes for a wee walk or he goes for a run. I'm going to start doing that and see if that helps me. Or that meal looks really nice and healthy compared to this shit I just bought from the chippy. Maybe I'll try that next time. And they start to make these wee changes as well. And again, just from a selfish point of view, if you're focused on yourself to be healthy for yourself and everyone else fucked off, then that's great. You're still feeling healthy, you feel good, and you'll be able to deal with it really well. But also, from a selfish point of view, if the people around you start to take on those little traits and start to add in like healthy eating, start to add in things that make them feel better as well, then you're creating a circle of healthy, positive, happy people. And that can't be a bad thing. If you're surrounding yourself with healthy, positive, happy people all the time, then your life's going to be healthier, more positive, and a lot more happy. Happier, both happiness, all three. You're going to have all three. That's the gist of it. Just by focusing on yourself, which is the opposite of what a lot of people do. They try to deal with their family first and then work out what they're going to do now. Like I've worked with parents that their kids have moved off to college and then they don't know who they are anymore. They're like, fuck, what do I do now? I've spent my whole life, last 18 years, working on making sure they're perfect, and now I don't have a life of my own. So they have to go and reinvent themselves. They don't know anything about who they actually are. So what I'm saying is you focus on yourself. I'm not saying abandon your kids, obviously, but focus on yourself. Make yourself happier, healthier, stronger, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So then you can deal with everything that's going on around you much better, but also you will create ripple effects to yourself, to your family, to your friends, to your outer circle, to the point that you just meet people. Like I would meet people at events and parties and stuff, and they just are attracted to me because, not because of my glorious beard, because I've only got it in lockdown and I haven't actually, nobody's got to really see it in real life. We need to see it in real life. But because I just build rapport with them. I seem like someone that's fun to be around, that's positive, that's happy, that's comfortable in their own skin and where they are. So people are attracted to that. So start to think about yourself. Start to focus on self-development, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Self-development, becoming a superhero, becoming superhuman, becoming your own hero, whatever you want. Focus on that for yourself and just watch it ripple out. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing day, whatever you get up to, and I will speak to you again soon.